The time is 9:30 p.m. I just finished gym straight after work, and now I'm preparing my post-workout meal, which is going to be a quick tofu scramble. And I want to show you exactly how easy it actually is to make tofu scramble. And I've been loving this recipe. So this is a firm tofu that I use. It's just the basic Coles Nature Kitchen. If you're in Australia, you know exactly what Coles is. But the thing about tofu scramble that I really love is that it's so filling. It fills me up because I can use a bunch of vegetables, and it's a good way for me to get in vegetables because, as you know, I struggle so much to get in vegetables. So one whole block is 500 grams, and we are going to use half of this, so 250 grams. Now, I used to be someone that used to, drain the water out of my tofu. You can get all these different tools, you can put books on top of it. But then I stopped doing that because when you cook your tofu, it's gonna drain the water out anyway, so there's no point. So I just leave it as is, one block of, actually I'm gonna make one whole block and then I'm just gonna split it into two so I can use it for tomorrow as well. Perfect. So one whole block of tofu, and I have just some frozen vegetables, stir fry. And I struggle so much getting in vegetables. I mean, I have struggled in the past, not right now because I've been loving the food that I'm making. I've been loving incorporating so many different types of vegetables. But for me, I realized the key was choosing different types of frozen vegetables. Now, this bird's eye stir fried Chinese tofu has these little baby corn pieces and it's amazing. So this is now my favorite way of getting in vegetables. I'm usually the most hungriest at night-ish, I would say. Yeah, at night. I don't feel that hungry in the morning. I get hungrier and hungrier as time goes on, and I am starving at the moment, and I'm feeling so hungry. And I don't like to eat too early as well at nighttime. After eating this, I'll probably stay up for 2 hours and then I would go to bed 9, 10, around 11:30. But yeah, I don't like staying up. I don't like staying up too late because then I would get hungry. So the earlier that I sleep, especially because I'm cutting right now, I am on a caloric deficit. I'm not feeling that hungry, but sometimes at night when I've finished off all my food, I feel a little bit, the hunger starts to creep in. That's when I would, drink lots of water. That's when I would maybe have some diet soda or something like that. But I like eating not too early and not too late, somewhere in the middle, where I'm not going to sleep hungry because I train in the morning. I like training in the morning. I couldn't train in the morning today, which is why I went straight after work, but I like training in the morning. And when I'm training in the morning, I like to eat a decent meal before bed. I don't like to go to bed hungry. So this is one block of tofu cooked, and I'm going to show you guys what I do with this. Now the spices I'm going to use to make this meal, I'm going to keep it really simple. So I have my magic ingredient for tofu scramble, which is black salt, kala namak, which you can get in Indian stores. I've never actually seen it in like a mainstream grocery store like Coles and Woolworths, but black salt adds such a unique eggy flavor to it. And I've been using black salt in almost everything. This ingredient is a cheat code, pretty much. It makes the tofu scramble just taste exactly like egg, in my opinion. That salty, eggy flavor, it's amazing. So kala namak, a little bit of turmeric, just to get the color of the egg. And if I don't add the turmeric, sometimes I don't add the turmeric, but when I don't add the turmeric, the color, how it looks visually, plays a lot in my head. And I like my food being like white tofu. It's so plain. So I like to add some sort of coloring, whether it's turmeric powder, curry powder, something to make it, look a little bit more colorful. So there's that, and then I am going to use some curry powder. Now the seasoning that I use on my tofu scramble changes from time to time, but for now it'll be these three ingredients, and of course I'm going to use salt and pepper as well on top of this. So kala namak, curry powder, turmeric, salt, pepper, and that's honestly it. And then of course I have mustard sauce. Now I've been using this a lot in my cut, mustard sauce. It's been amazing. Really low calories, and it's vegan, and it tastes so good. So let's make this now. I've just heat the pan up. So all I'm gonna do in the pan is I'm gonna add in all the frozen vegetables. Vegetables has been a game changer for me this cut, and I've been eating a lot. I've been trying to incorporate a lot more vegetables this cut, just to keep me fuller, just to make things a little bit more exciting. And it's so colorful. Like vegetables are just, it's so nice. It looks so colorful. Have a look at that color. And like I said, the baby corn. It's so, I love this mix of frozen vegetables. And yeah, I've been trying to get in as much as I can. Frozen vegetables, there's nothing bad about frozen vegetables. It's cheap, it's convenient. You don't always have to get fresh vegetables. I think this is one of the biggest myths that even I used to believe years ago, is that fresh vegetables was always better. And frozen vegetables somehow, it had this negative, this negativity around, like it's not good, it's better to get fresh vegetables. And honestly, frozen vegetables are cheap and it's convenient. So just get as much frozen vegetables as you can. All I eat is frozen vegetables. Because some fresh vegetables is just expensive, especially in this economy. You want to save as much money as you can, wherever you can. So frozen vegetables, little hack, little budget hack. Right, so as this is cooking, I'm just going to close it. And we're just going to let the frozen vegetables, I really like letting the vegetables really cook through before I add in the firm tofu. Because I would wait until it's about 80% cooked through before I add in the tofu, just so the vegetables cooks along with the tofu, and then the vegetables gets really burnt and has this sort of like crispy, like in Asian food. I don't know if this makes sense, but in Asian food, when you eat Asian food in like a stir fry, and the vegetables are so like they're cooked. I mean, they're fried in a ton of oil, obviously, but there's something like it's crispy. It tastes better. I'm trying to mimic that kind of feel. Obviously, I'm not using any oil. So I haven't used oil. I've just put the thing straight in, the vegetables straight in. And yeah, I don't use oil in my cooking. If I need to use oil, I use the spray, and I spray it for like a millisecond. And I try to not use as much oil as I can, because oil is just unnecessary calories. It's bad for you, and it's a good habit that I've gotten into, just to use water instead of oil. So yeah. Okay, now that it's sort of cooked for a bit, it's starting to sort of dry up, and this is when I would add the tofu. And the tofu, like, I would just scramble it in there. I'm the kind of guy that washes my hands every few seconds when I'm cooking. And the water from the tofu will sort of release and act as a, like stops it from sticking to the pan. Which is also another reason why I don't like draining my tofu, or I don't drain my tofu. It's not like I don't like it, it just saves time not having to do that. I like to add in as much spice as I can when I am cutting. Make up for the lack of calories. And then the magic ingredient, the black salt. I love this so much. You've seen me say it before in my other videos. This is honestly such a game changer, and I'm so glad that I know what this is. And then a little turmeric. As you can see, the color is sort of getting there. It's becoming a yellowish color. So now it looks more eggy. It smells more eggy, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. So here it is, fully cooked. I don't know if you can see this, but it's nice and colorful. It's all burnt, like I said. I like the vegetables really nice and burnt, really cooked through. And yeah, this is 2 serves. I'm going to split this into half. And then I'm going to pack up the other half for tomorrow. So here it is. This is my post-workout. Oh, you can't see this. Right here. I don't know if you can. I don't know if the focus is focusing, but this is my post-workout meal. High in protein and so many vegetables. And this is what I said, like, it's such a easy way for me to get in vegetables in my day because I really struggle with vegetables. So, and the color makes a huge difference. The fact that there's so much color in this, it just makes it look so much better, so much more appetizing than just plain white, which I've done before. And it's tasted nice, but it's just, there's something about color and it just adds up extra oomph factor to it. But this is my final meal, and I just wanted to show you guys how freaking easy it is to make a meal that's high protein and vegan and healthy without oil. And this is going to taste amazing, and this is going to honestly fill me up. And I'll have the macros for this meal on the screen right now. But that's it, guys. I'll see you in my next one.